Look, it's a dog. It's a dog. It's a dog. Look, I've got dogs. Okay, okay. Come towards the light. Hi, Charles. Charles, look. Charles, look. Hi. Hi, Charles. You're not helping. Okay, go inside. Okay, fine. Go. See? Do you see them? Okay, well. You might not have seen them, but... Oh, look, it's a Cobalt. Cobalt. See him? Hi, Cobalt. Oh my goodness. He's a rare species. And he likes to crawl through the legs. Just like he just did. See? Oh my goodness. I just want to let you know that I have been drinking a little bit. That's okay. That's totally fine. I'm also heavily excited about tomorrow because even though it is early, I am going on a cruise, which I will be vlogging during the time of, and I will show you around the ship if I can. And if I can't, I'll just, I don't know, do something like compile a video list or something. Video picture, whatever. But I'm really excited, so, as anyone in the right mind should be. But it's with my dad's company, which is really exciting. And he's like, hey, you want to come? And I'm like, yeah. So I did. I came. And so, yes. And, yeah. So I can't sleep. And it's currently 9:52, 9:53. I don't know what time. I don't know what time zone I'm in. I'm sorry. I want to say EST, but... Oh, hey, Ma. That was my mother. Hey, dogs. Look, it's dogs. I'm not sure if you can see them. Yeah, you kind of can. There's Mac. There's Charles! You're just such a... Oh, Mac. Are you serious? Okay, give me 1 sec. If dogs had thumbs, my life would be so much easier. My mother probably, I don't even know what she suspects me of this time, but okay. But yeah. So, I'm really excited, and I want to say it's EST, but then again, I know, right? Well, yeah, I should. I'm not gonna make fun of myself, but I live in Ontario, right? Anywhere Toronto is located, that's the time zone I'm in. So just go for Toronto. I mean, I'm not gonna say, do your research, but I should have done mine, quite frankly. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, the last time I was on a cruise was when I was 6, and my oldest sister was 8, and I was this one time I went out on the deck, and I was let's say I was over here, and this little shelf right here, yeah. My parents, not my parents, what am I saying? My oldest sister, she was I was leaning over the deck, and she was like, hey. I was like, what? If you were to fall into that water, sharks would get you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So, that and, the memory of this giant horn that they had was, all that I remember of the cruise. And, last year in 2014 my parents went on one, and they just came back and they were like, it's so great, it's so amazing, you guys are gonna love it, yada yada yada. Well, they didn't really know we were going on an IDT cruise, but we did. We will, as of tomorrow at 3:30 in the morning. And so I told them that story, that last time I was on a cruise I was 6, and they're like, are you joking? This one's gonna be so much better. So I was like, okay. So I've yet to figure it out, but I am personally really excited because I don't remember okay, my mother is yelling inside, and I just want to you're not going to be able to see me for a few minutes, but you know what, I figure the audio is not the best anyway, so I figure why not walk around. Hi, Cobalt. There's Cobalt. Hey, you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hi. Come on. Okay, well, Cobalt. Oh, Cobalt. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Oh, here he comes. Okay, well, long story short, Last time I was on a cruise, I was like 6 years old. I don't even. Okay, that was like 2001, I think, because I was born in 95. But like in 2001, that was my last cruise, right? So, okay, I'm gonna try to find a light source again. Do you see the moon up there? There it is. There it is. Like, this is the nice thing about living in the country where there's no light pollution. Look at that. Like, you can't get that anywhere. Except in the except in the country, you know? You can't get that anywhere. But like, yeah, so you know what? Oh, here we go. You can see me again, kind of. Can you? There we go. There we go. No. No. Okay. There we go. That railing I showed you before? Yeah, I went down this one random ramp, and now I'm on the bottom end of that ramp. And, yeah, you can see me between the light shining between the two poles. And yeah, I mean, like, I'm really excited right now. Like, I'm tired, but it's also like I'm just worn out from the day, because, like, I had this one friend that I went to go see from high school, and then she met up with a bunch of friends from my old high school, and then we all just ran around, like, my hometown, which is, like, Aurora, together. And, like, the thing is with me, I have no navigational skills whatsoever, so I ended up using, like, this Google Maps this Google Maps, like, app on my phone, and I used a tracking location, and basically what that does is, like, it's a GPS. So I basically had to, like, hi, you, Cobalt, hi. So I had to, like, GPS my way out of, like, a random neighborhood. And, like, considering I've gone to Aurora since I was in grade, like, well, since I was, like, age 6, like, you'd think I'd know around the area more, but, like, I don't. And, like, I had to, like, use this, like, blue tracking dot to find where I was. And, like, I was just going through, like, the most random ass, like, neighborhoods, and I was like, I have no idea where the fuck I am right now, but according to Google Maps, it says I'm close to this Little Caesars, and, like, this Little Caesars happened to be, like, a block away from my high school that I used to go to, which, you know, from there, it was like, cool, I can find my way around town, because I know where I am right now, but, like, the fact is, I had to use, like, a GPS tracking device for my phone to get myself out of a neighborhood I should have known, but I didn't. That was really weird. Cobalt, why are you so weird? Why are you so weird? Here he is. You can't see him, but that's okay. Hi. Go puppy. Go puppy. Okay. Sorry. But, like, so yeah, last time I was on a cruise, it was, like, 2001, and it's now 2015. The eve of my next cruise, you know? I mean, like, hell, if I remember, I will totally bring you guys on, like, a vlog tour of the fucking, like, ship, if I can, and if it's not, like, way too weird. But, like, yeah. Basically, I am actually pretty excited, you know? Like, my mother, she walks out, and she sees me just, like, standing there a few minutes ago, and I was like, hey. But, like, yeah, we're all trying to, like, get sleep right now, right? So it's like, sleep. Like, I got up, and I realized, hell no, I'm not getting sleep. No way in hell I'm getting sleep the night before a fucking cruise. Like, man, like, we're flying at 3:30 in the morning well, we have to leave by 3:30 in the morning. We have to drive an hour to get to Toronto Pearson Airport, and then we have to be on the flight by either 4:30 or 5 in the morning, I'm pretty sure. And then we fly there, I think, to Fort Lauderdale, but I'm not sure. And then we go on the cruise, and it's somewhere around the Caribbean. That's Cobalt. Okay, well, none of these lights are working, so I'm just gonna... Cobalt, shut up! Living in the country is fun, because you just hear your dog slowly fading away into the distance, and you have no idea if he went under the fence or not. There are a lot of coyotes here as well, like I've seen several during the day. It doesn't sound like he's off the property, so I'm going to assume he's okay. But, yeah, so I'm actually pretty excited. So, obviously there's like, we leave here, go to the airport, fly to Fort Lauderdale, and then basically our cruise is... Cobalt, come! Our cruise is like from Florida around the Caribbean back to Florida, where we'll fly back to Toronto, drive back home, and arrive home Sunday night. It is currently Wednesday night. We leave early Thursday morning. So, we haven't even left home yet. So, I don't know. I mean, like, obviously I'm excited, but it really hasn't... Oh, yay, you can see me again. It really hasn't hit me yet. I'm kind of just sitting here vlogging because it was either this or like read. And I was like, I have too much energy. I have to do something. So I did. Oh gosh. I know I'm kind of quirky, but deal with it. So, no, I'm kidding. I love you guys. You know that. I hope. But like, yeah. So, I mean, like, I'm probably going to take like a few short videos and be like, hey, here's me on this section of the ship, yada yada yada, and just be like, hey, I hope you enjoyed watching this at the end of it, and just be like, hey, so that was my cruise experience, because like, I was 6 last time I went, and I'm 20 now, so it's like, shit, it's been a while, I'm actually really excited. And I'm not sure if you sat through the whole entire thing, but I'm glad if you did. In the comments below, let me know about your earliest vacation memory. Like, I was 6 remembering a cruise, and that was my earliest vacation memory. My best vacation memory was probably going to Key West, Florida, with my family during an RV trip. Like, my dad, he'd just bought an RV, and he was like, hey, I have a good idea. Why don't we all go to Key West, Florida? And we're like, sure. So we did. And it was during our March break, because it was when we were all in elementary school, and all our March breaks matched up. So, during March, it was all like St. Patty's Day. And, like, one of the things I will always remember was, like, going down and just seeing, like, it was like Key West, Florida. Google it. It is a massive like tourist destination. Like, you go down there and it's just like the main street is called Duval Street. Duval Street is just like a sea of people. And like, the first time I ever went, it was like during St. Patty's Day, because like, it was during our March break, and that happened to fall when, we went down there during our March break. So it was like Duval Street was like tourist heaven. Everybody was in green, and everybody was drinking Heineken. It was like, oh gosh. So whenever everyone was like, what's your impression of Key West, Florida? I'm like, boobs and Heineken. Because like, they have a lot of like erotic stores, and like, that's like my first impression. Like, oh gosh, like, you look in there and it's like boob pasta, like, yeah, okay, I don't even know why I brought that up, but it was like, like, you walk in there and it's like, no, just, yeah, it was just like, whoa. But like, yeah, I think you get that anywhere you go, though. Like, honestly, you'd get that experience anywhere you go, because like, any touristy area, you'd get kind of like the good and the bad. And that's not necessarily bad, but it's not my thing, but like, oh hey, but like, yeah, I mean, like, either way, I loved that time. Like, that was probably one of my favorite times to go, only because it was like, I don't know, I mean, like, that and like Christmas time, because like, the next time we went to Key West, Florida was during Christmas, and like, Florida, like, you have to understand, as a Canadian, like, my Christmases are all like 2 feet of snow, like candy canes, hot chocolate, fires in the hearth, Santa Claus hats, like picturesque, like, stereotypical picturesque, like, you know what I mean? Like, going to Key West, Florida for our first Christmas was like this is not right. Like, why the hell are we decorating the palm tree? This is not right. Like, we should be decorating the pine tree, not the palm tree. You know, like, this is not right. There's nothing right about this. But, like, lo and behold. So, I don't know. I mean, like, it was still, like, incredible because, like, I met a lot of people and, like, I think a lot of people also were in the same position where I was like, this is so weird. And, like, they were just like, what do we do? Like, I don't know. Like, do you want to just kind of, like, be in this weirdness together? Like, share in this mutual weirdness? So we did. And that was kind of like a unique bond that I don't think a lot of people have. And, so I think that was also another really great time. And I'm clearly excited for this cruise. Because it's the second cruise I've ever been on in my life. So leave in the comments below your first cruise okay, let me rephrase that. Leave in the comments your first vacation memory, like the first time I remember going on vacation was when, and then just, I don't know, say what you know what I'm talking about, and like, what was your favorite vacation memory? It could be the same one. Like, it could say, my first vacation memory was also my favorite, or it could be like, my first vacation memory was this, but my favorite one was that. Like, my first vacation memory was the cruise when I was 6. I don't remember much of it, so I can't really say whether or not it was my favorite, because I don't remember it. Except for, like, that one time where I was leaning over the rails, and my older sister was like, hey, the sharks will get ya, and, like, the horn. That fucking horn. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, it was like, I was sitting in the pool, and I was really disappointed that it was a saltwater pool, and I was like, Mom, yeah, why is it a saltwater pool? And she's like, because it's cheap, and it's there, and it's, like, all around us, so they may as well just fill it with salt water. And I was like, that still sucks. And she's like, yep. And so, I remember that, and, like, a few seconds later, I was like, Mom, what is that? And she's like, there's this, like, giant, like, thing just, like, coming out of, like, the ship deck. And I was like, I had no idea what it was. And she's like, it's the horn. And I was like, what the fuck? And, like, it turns out that horn was fucking loud. And I was 6 years old. My hearing was fucking sensitive. You know, now I just blast music and I don't give any fucks. But, like, it was fucking loud. We were right next to the thing. And so, now I was 6. And I remember going underwater to try to see if that could help. And it didn't really, because I had to come up for air eventually, right? And it lasted for a good few minutes and it fucking sucked. And, but yeah, I was 6. That was, like, one of 2 things I remembered from it. And, it was like a hotel, except on water, which doesn't really say anything. It just felt like a hotel to me, you know? And, my favorite vacation memory? I'm gonna have to say Key West and Christmas. I mean, as much as I loved it during, St. Patty's Day when we all went during our March breaks, like, I love just looking over and seeing this giant sea of, like, green. You know, everything was just green. Like, everybody was wearing green. Everybody was drinking Heineken. And you can't really explain that. Like, you look at that and you're like, wow. Like, it's incredible to see so many people come together and, like, do something like that. And then it's really a unique experience, you know, going to a tourist spot and seeing so many people just simultaneously celebrate something together like that. Like, there's something unique that you can't get anywhere else. Well, you could, but it's like, there's something about vacation spots that just, everybody comes there for the same reason, and they're all going to celebrate because they came there for that. You know, there's something that you can't really explain other than that. And I think that memory will always stay with me. Like, you know, there's something about that you can't quite replace. Ugh. Heart attack. He, you know, he does that shit. Like, right now, too. It's like in the movies, I'm telling you. Dog, shut up! But yeah, my favorite vacation memory, I've gone to Key West. Dog, shut up! I've gone to Key West, Florida. Sorry for all of you wearing earphones. I just realized. I'm so sorry. I went to Key West, Florida for. I'm gonna mention this all the time. Like, I've gone there a lot. But, like, Key West, Florida was, during Christmas was probably my favorite memory. The memories was, like, my favorite holiday experience. But, there was this one time where I was, I went to Key West, Florida for the St. Patty's Day, which is a unique thing. Like, I loved it. Like, I don't know. I just find that there's a unique place in my heart as well for the Christmas experiences I've gone to for. It was like, you can't get that anywhere else. Like, you really can't. And, like, there was this one time, though, where I was around 8, anywhere between the ages of 8 and 10, that I went to Myrtle Beach for. We stayed in the top floor of this one hotel, and I just remember this giant thunderstorm happened. I was standing just outside the building when this happened because the thunderstorm was just insane. Like, I don't know where it came from. It just happened to be that I was there in Myrtle Beach during a wicked thunderstorm. And lo and behold, like, they say the thunder sounded like cannons, but I don't think you understand it up until you've heard it. Like, it literally sounded like there was somebody outside with, like, heavy weaponry just outside my room. That's my dad. Shit, I'm gonna move. But, like, it sounded like there was someone with heavy weaponry just outside my room, And, like, you really can't. My dad's back from Ohio, by the way, on a business trip. And, like, it sounded like somebody was firing a cannon right outside my door. It was that bad. Cannons are fucking loud. Like, I'm not sure if you noticed, but they're fucking loud. And, so I'm gonna have to talk a little bit quieter for the next little bit, but that's okay. Okay, you're gonna see me a little bit better like this, I think. Okay, well, you know what, you can't see me, but oh well. So, I remember just when this particular event happened, I happened to be standing just outside of the door, and, I was, like, against the wall with my back to the bricks, and lightning struck the edge of the building. And I just remember it was just, like, casual, like, your everyday sound of electric shit just, zipping the wall, right? And it just sounded like half the building had collapsed, All of a sudden the building was just, like, nothing had really happened to the building, but it was also, like, the noise was unlike anything you could ever imagine. And, like, yeah. So I don't know. What was your first vacation memory? What was your favorite vacation memory? And what was the memory that stands out to you most about a vacation? For me, my first was the cruise. My favorite was IDT Chris. No. Okay, my first was the cruise. My second was Florida Keys Christmas. My third was a toss-up between Florida Keys St. Patty's Day and the lightning striking the edge of the building at Myrtle Beach. So, in the comments below, just leave me with your favorite memory and, just your first memory, your favorite, and the one that stuck with you. And I'm sorry you can't see me, but oh well. I'm sorry. And I'll vlog soon. See y'all.